tonight on BBC One. At 7 o'clock, Tomorrow's World includes a look at the dangers of driving.
Barry, I've commandeered a vehicle.
The old trick, eh? Eat the telly before I get a chance to nick you.
It's a toaster?
Dalek, you have been defeated. Surrender. You have failed.
Insufficient data.
Nazi ain't got no humanity. They're the foot soldiers of a Jew-hating, mass-murdering maniac, and they need to be destroyed. That's why any and every sumbitch we find wearing a Nazi uniform, they're gonna die.
Is this world protected? But you're not the first lot to have come here. Oh, there have been so many. And what you've got to ask is, what happened to them?
Hello. I'm the doctor.
Yes, indeed, London. Yes, indeed. Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, depending on wherever you are, maybe wherever you maybe are in the world, or wherever you are, maybe wherever you are, maybe wherever maybe you are, wherever maybe you are in the world. I hope you're all having a fantastic time. Actually, I mean that. By the way, I've trimmed my beard. You may have noticed this was a bit of a hand job. And let me tell you, the rabbi is no stranger to a hand job. Boom! Under 23 minutes in, I'm already back. Yeah, no, because we have now entered Severat Omer, right? Severat Omer, which is a... it's like a cauldron of spiritual energy, right? For the next 49 days. A lot of shit has gone down. This is like the Bermuda Triangle of Jewish time. In mostly a good way, sometimes a bad way. There's this very big day in it called Lag BaOmer, which is the 33rd day. We say letters in numbers as letters. So the Jewish letter Lamed, right, corresponds to 30, right, and the Jewish letter Gimel corresponds to 3, so 33, the 33rd day of this period called the Omer, right? Both the most recently openly miraculous days that the world see, which would be the Jewish Independence Day, I mean, not to appear egotistical, yeah, and the 1967 war, the capturing of Jerusalem. If you're no stranger to my channel, you all know what I often have felt, that that was their last chance to usher in a messianic age, and I think they ballsed it up, right? I think they ballsed it up. I don't think we have the keys to the car this time. I think God's driving. Where's he taking us to? I know. Weird times. Anyway, so you're not allowed to shave for at least the first 33 days of this. I mean, there are exceptions of business and things like that. For the first 33 days. More important than that, take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. My oud ball fell off. My oud ball fell off, and it's like oud Sigma, whatever his name is. I don't know. I have to glue that back on, right? My oud ball fell off, and the rabbi is no stranger to a hand job. 2 very quotable quotes, you know. I think it was so far. Anyway, it's all going down, baby. It's all going. I'm very disorientated. I'll be frank. I'm very disorientated because it's a Jewish holiday and Passover. Now, okay, my stomach's been very bad recently. Like if I have onions or garlic, and it's like I'm in massive pain for like the next couple of days, right? It's like I have a kazoo attached to my rectum, like insane, right? Insane. So I've been laying clear of that. So now I was a bit wary about Passover because eating all this matzah, which is this cracker bread, right, stuff, normally makes your not have the friendliest of bowel movements, right? There has been, I remember one year was particularly bad where I was sitting on the toilet and I was dampening toilet paper, right? So I could, because I shit so many times, I needed to very gently wipe myself clean. I was like, yeah, these are the dark sides of Passover, right? That most Jews don't, and they all know about it, right? Everybody agrees. So what was I going to say? So this year though, I found everything's got a lot better, right? Everything's got a lot better. I've seen a real positive, energetic change, like in my personal life, in quite a big way, right? Like there's a bunch of levels. So I gotta hope that that sunrise of a new messianic age is on its way. But we will be talking about that shortly. Far more exciting than that, though, right? Far more exciting than that. I have a neighbor who's a single mother, right? It's very unusual. Well, not as unusual as it used to be. To have single mothers in the Orthodox Jewish world, right? Because used to be anyway, our marriages were a lot stronger, right? I think our divorce rate was like, I don't know, low, 10, 15%, like really low, like crazily low, right? So, one second. Oh, the sweet kiss of coffee. Anyway, where am I up to? I got blown off. Oh yeah. So we're friends with the family, but like the mother is now like in her early 30s, late 20s, early 30s. She's older than I think she is. Like this super nice, good woman. I mean, like, oh man, what a great wife she's going to be for somebody somewhere. So one of the great tragedies in the current Jewish world is there's a lot more boys than there are girls, right? There are. So, I mean, there's a lot more girls than there are boys. I was the other way around, right? Which means there's a lot of people who have a lot of trouble getting married, right? Finding dates, getting married, whatever. And it's like, and she has this kid, which is another, you got to find a good guy at that point. I mean, but there's this like, I don't know, sea of all these great women who are not married, right? Who would like to be married. Anyway, so she's got a kid who's super sweet and smart. I like this kid. He's what, 6, 7. So I made him up a disc on key. He's very innocent, right? So I was like, you know what he'll probably really dig? Gerry Anderson, right? Because again, he's this like sweet little kid. But like Gerry Anderson is like huge, but he's very boyish, right? And I think the more masculine reinforcement he has around him, the better, right? I mean, don't make me wrong. His grandfather, which is his de facto father, I guess, is a good father. So he's starting good, right? But but I think this kid will really like Gerry Anderson because again, you got all this like. When you analyze it, it's really bonkers, right? It's really absolutely bonkers. You have these very silly things, like the underwater submarine called Stingray, right? That's it. I mean, it's and they have a building that goes into the ground, which happens a lot in Gerry Anderson, but they play it all so straight and with puppets. It was like dun dun dun, right? So I think he'll like the adultness of it in puppet form to make it easier. So here's what I put together for him. It's a as I start with Thunderbirds. You know what? I will find the folder and I will share the screen with you. There you go. Dun, 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 here we go. Yes. Okay, fine. And you will appreciate the way I have it ordered as well, right? I'm really earning my geek cred with this. Like I didn't know I was going to do this, but this is just a natural way I would order it. Let me just make it smaller. But I want the titles, right? The title's the important bit. There you go. So here it is, right? A smorgasbord. We have Stingray, Series 1, Episode 1, the pilot, apparently. Then 3 episodes of Thunderbirds. First 3 episodes of Thunderbirds. Perils of Penelope, I remember, was fantastic, right? So I want to know what this kid thinks about this stuff, right? I mean, let's have a quick look. Like, imagine you are a reasonably innocent, I mean, a very innocent, like 6-year-old kid. Is he? I don't know how old he is. He just strikes me as being that sort of age, right? But likes action adventure. Like, he always likes coming and seeing my son when he's home. Oh my god, I have to tell you a story about him in a minute. My son when he's home here. Doink. Doink. Fine, here. So anyway, again, this very innocent kid. How would he react to like this, for example? I don't think his brain will react when he sees this. Here it comes.
5, 4.
Right, I don't know. I think his mind would just blow up. Right? It would just be like, whoa! Wait, what's that? What's going? That looks cool.
3.
That looks even more cool. What's going on? What is this?
2, 1.
And then you got a big bang explosion. This kid's gonna be, I don't know. Or maybe he'll just be like, I'm too busy texting. I don't know. I really want to know what his reaction is going to be. I'll go. But it's so much fun putting this together, right? This smorgasbord.
Thunderbirds are go.
Like, will he find it too dated or not? I don't know. It's so I said start with Thunderbirds, but also maybe try Thunderbirds on Go, which is I watched the beginning of that first episode, and they're really clever that they start with a pre-title sequence where you have a little mini adventure, and like Thunderbird 2 comes out the clouds to rescue. It's really cool, right? I'll show you. Have a look at that. See, it's really, really cool. Dun 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 dun. There we go. Yeah, so for some reason, this guy is going ballooning with his kid in this open balloon, and they're climbing insanely.
International rescue!
Looks like you could use a little help. Look after.
I mean, it did. Look, for me as a parent, I'm like so up for this sort of stuff, right? I think it's. I can just see him being in. So you got to think. Then Captain Scarlet. Will he find Captain Scarlet too scary? I don't know. I've advised her to skip Captain Scarlet at first. I said focus on Thunderbirds. Joe 90, because Joe 90 is about a 9-year-old who's the spy. Right now, my version of Joe 90, which really works. Okay, I really like it. You have like a Tom Holland. All right, not Tom Holland. He'll be too old by then, right? Like by now, right? You need the next Tom Holland, whoever he is, right? But like Joe 90, he only lives 90 days and he doesn't realize they're all clones, right? And they just like hit that because then his whole life makes sense. Like, and they keep getting killed on missions. Anyway, so you have one Joe 90 who like breaks his programming and is able and it's a race to him to stay alive. I think maybe I don't know. I think that'd be a really cool Joe 90 movie. But you got to lean heavily into the Joe 90 music, right? I mean, that's the thing. This kid's going to get a great grounding in awesome music. There's this weird pre-title sequence before you get to the thing where they're like, hello, and they all shuffle around. Here, you look at the computer, but then you get going. Yeah, there's like a few minutes of, come in here, Joe. Okay, then. Okay, I'll go there. Let's sit down, Joe. He's wearing a very nice suit, by the way, Joe 90. Check it out. Yeah, this looks like some weird, Manchurian Candidate psychosexual programming on a 9-year-old, right? I don't want to tell you. Now, you weren't thinking that yet. You'll think it in a minute when the music gets going. in your own time, mate. In your own time. There you go. Dang, 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 dang. Like if Joe Daniels was real, how often do you think it'll be inserted the information on how to give a good blowjob to a senator? Right? I think quite often, frankly, they'll load up that Joe 19 arse fingering routine pretty darn quickly, right? Right? I'm not going to say this to the 6-year-old. Now, Terrorhawks is the interesting one, right? What will he think of Terrorhawks? I will report back to you, right? But I'm really up for this here. Little quick look at the beginning of Terrorhawks. Again, I'm trying to look at it through the mind of this sweet, innocent 6-year-old kid who, I think it digs masculinity. Is noticing his masculinity.
Terrorhawks, stay on this channel. This
Like again, I just see him go, oh, okay then. I better stay on this channel. What's going on? This looks important.
is an emergency.
And I like how the beginning of every Gerry Anderson, well, not every, most Gerry Anderson show, you get to say, this is, they show you the cast of characters, right? It's but what would you think about Terrorhawks? I don't know, because, yeah. I mean, the Zeroids are huge. Everybody loves the Zeroids. Let's get a bit of Zeroid action. Down here. Okay, nobody cares about any. Okay, Kate, Catherine, everybody else. Also, Hero 101. They're kind of boring. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Everybody wants Sergeant Major. Okay, where is he? Like, Kate Catherine was a bit weird. I remember that was a music video. Yeah, is that Sergeant Major? Let's have.
Stay in that area. I may need you.
10-10. Energy source now entered Earth's atmosphere.
What's the projected landing site?
On your tits. Again, I wouldn't say this to the 6-year-old.
100 miles due north of Bangkok, sir.
He said Bangkok. Which is funny, because that's the name of the city and also what you do when you go there.
Might I suggest?
No, you might not. Reason is not in your sphere.
Bangkok?
Bangkok it is.
Okay, fine. Really? Have you ever met me? Why would you keep saying Bangkok to me? Really? Really? I don't know. And then we got again the new Thunderbirds, which yeah, we'll have a quick look at those. It's excellent, right? So I there's also so much shit that this kid can watch there, right? I mean, it'll be awesome. Let's have because again, the modernization I thought was just excellent. One second, let's look at the titles. Here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2.
I love how they made Thunderbird 2 like this. It wasn't the original, but like they visually altered it so slightly, so it's a much more heavy duty, like a tank, like it's like a flying tank essentially.
1.
Again, I like how you have these how you have the characters because I think that just builds the world. I think it's specifically for little boys, right? It builds the world for them without them even realizing, and it's such a brilliant idea, right? And you got they describe who they are and what they do, and they've all got a kind of different look. And I like what they did with the space station in the revamp. Yeah, so okay, here's this bit where he closes the Thunderbird 2 door, like, and it's like this heavy thing he throws over his head, and then they bring in a couple of kids with it, which I think again, I can see it, I can hear it. I don't know, that one's a kid. The other one, I don't know, stunted growth. This character did nothing. I watched the whole season, and she did literally nothing. Right? Special ops, there wasn't any. She didn't even use a Thunderbird, like nothing. She was just there in this one to say, hey, we're going to have, you know, female representation. When you didn't need it. The original Brains, I think, was much better. And Lady Penelope, always fuckable, baby. Always fuckable.
Thunderbirds are go.
Yeah, look, honestly, I think that's just class, mate. I think that's just class. So anyway, I will report back to you. I was really much more excited about that than anything else I saw in the world, right? I guess because the thing I saw else in the world is a return to like real anti-Semitism, right? Well, it always was. Okay. So interestingly, I'm going to talk about anti-Semitism and what it is, and I think what it's been proven to be in the past week. People have been saying, I think rightly, Tim Pool, right? I think this is where he's stuck. He's been saying, you know, criticizing Israel is an anti-Semitism, which he's right? But then at the same time he says, but then there's all these anti-Semites. So I don't want to tell you who they have no idea why they're there. They're just like woke brain control, mind virus, brain control zombies, right? And then he brings up the third point, like it says, nobody gave a shit about anything until it had something to do with Israel, right? Fair point, right? Fair point. Now, it may be a fair point, but it's playing to my advantage, I think. So I don't give a shit. Yeah, I don't think anybody else will give a shit either. I'm just more open and honest about it, right? So there's a lot going on, right? There's a lot going on. So I'm going to try and pass this through my crazy theological worldview. So first, let's have a look and see what's been going down. Now, again, I talked about this briefly on my last stream, but I really hadn't I hadn't concretized my thought. I hadn't really got my thoughts down on it yet, right? I was still like, for me, I was just kind of like hit by like, whoa, that's kind of wild, right? That's kind of wild. So here. I think this is a very good example of what these pro-Palestine, I think pro-Hamas demonstrations, like sit-ins are, like occupations are, which is so weird. Occupation is bad. So it's protest your occupation by occupying. Okay. I don't know. I guess it makes me think it's somewhat projection.
We have Zionists.
Look at this brainless adherence being used against me. Like I don't want to downplay that angle, but like, look, it's insane. Have you ever seen Westworld season 4? So it's a bit of a spoiler, right? Westworld's awesome. Westworld is it's a show I've watched several times because there's so many levels of depth to it and nobody really knows it, which really upsets me, right? Like nobody realizes how insanely good it is, right? I would love to meet or talk to Lisa Joy, the woman who created it, because like this, it just kills me. There's so many layers that people are not aware of, and it's such a wonderfully, beautifully put together show. You know, I should just keep writing to her agent. I should do that, right? I should write. I mean, like, she can't be that big a fucking deal. Nobody knows her name. Anyway, I digress, right? I digress. So Westworld is about a theme park with robots in, and the robots become self-aware. It's about the creation of new life, right? And the inevitable place this ends is this new life by the season 4 completely dominates and controls human life to the extent that most of season 4 is about this human city where people are controlled like robots by the robots. Right, so, but it's a lot like this mindless control.
Have entered the camp. We are going to create a human chain.
Imperial troops have entered the base. Imperial troops
We are going to create a human chain. Where I am standing. So,
yeah, again, we are all going to think as one. This is really freaky.
So that they do not pass this point. And infringe upon our privacy.
Jews out is what they're saying. Jews out. Now, here. And look, it just goes on, right? And they're like, and they form a line, and they basically say Jews out, right? Using, listen to that language.
Please join me in this chain.
Please join me in this chain.
You see how hostile this is?
And you're asking me not to record?
Walk and take a step forward.
It's like, this is not hostile. Yeah. You're driving Jews out, right? You're literally driving Jews out, right? This is anti-Semitism.
Yeah, I absolutely feel threatened.
Yeah, why wouldn't you feel fucking threatened? There's a mob saying that you're a genocidal baby murderer, right? And I know you. Most people don't like genocidal baby murderers, right? Weirdly enough.
So that we can start to push them out of the camp. One.
Right. And again. So yes, this is anti-Semitism. Okay, this is not, and they're just Jews, right? So here's my problem, amongst my problems, that the argument has moved on very skillfully, right? In an insane manner, because these kids, they really believe Israel is conducting an inhuman war, a war that is just outside the realm of human morality, and they believe that, right? They believe that, right? So here's the interesting thing, and there's a lot of moving parts to this, because for some reason, I don't know what it is, there's a deep state, right? There's a permanent elitist class that really wants Israel and really wants Israel to get weapons, right? They really want to, and I don't know why, right? I do not know why, but we exist for them. Not the idea. I can see why people will say, "Oh, look, the Jews are controlling the world because they're controlling." They're making, nobody did anything, right? When you had all these insane leftist stuff on campus the last 10 years, right? Anti-Christian, anti-white, and they're all openly. It's illegal to have racial quotas, right? They just did it. We don't know shit, right? It's what's it going? So where was it going? Now I have to backtrack. Anti-Christian, it's been going forever. And so and that's why we see. Well, all of a sudden, there is a handbrake stop, right? And you see that's the who on one level is really, really running things, right? Which I think is deep state intelligence agencies, whatever you want to call it. They really want this Israel thing to go forward. However, right, the party they have used to maintain control of late was the Democrats. The Democrat and an important part of the Democrats is this youth vote, which they completely lost with their support of Israel. Why do they support Israel? I don't know. I don't know. Right? I really genuinely have no idea. Right? And I've asked people and nobody has any idea. Something's going down. Something's happening. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Somebody's making money somewhere, right? Yeah, and what's really driving this war? Again, I'm speaking on a this reality level, right? I'm going to start talking about greater realities above this in a second. But this reality, what's driving the war? Commerce, right? I mean, listen, the the weapons industry, they've struck gold, right? They have come up with a product so insanely consumerable, right? That you have to literally destroy it to use it. Like bullets. You got to literally blow it up so you can use it, right? That's its job, to blow up. But don't worry, we'll make you plenty more. No problem. We can keep on making it. It's the most consumable product in the history of products, right? And they can make them very big, these things that have to blow up. Missiles. The job is to blow up. One-time use, baby. Boom. All right? That's why this war's going on, right? Now, don't be wrong. It was an alignment of opportunities. You had Hamas, are genocidal Jew-hating murderers, right? So that's the way. But these kids are like completely devoid of the facts. I picked this, and it's incredible because this has shattered all partisan lines, because you have people who don't like Jews everywhere. So let's take a little step back and talk about what anti-Semitism is. Anti-Semitism is I would say it's a nearly, not subconscious. What's that word? Unconscious, right? It's a nearly unconscious hatred of Jews. It's a nearly unconscious hatred of Jews, and that's why the target of it changes and the method of it changes over and over time. The rationale for it changes. I say the rationale of not liking Jews changes all the time, right? With every iteration of anti-Semitism. All right, Jews are communists. Jews are capitalists. Jews, Jews are genetically impure. All right, there's all these different reasons that mutates through time, because it always has to. When you say it's a dislike of Jews, a near unconscious, subconscious dislike of Jews. It's not complete subconscious. I can go into the mechanism, what's going on with it. So near subconscious dislike of Jews, which always points itself at the primary representation of Jews in the world, right? And because Jews are a somewhat amorphous species, their primary representation changes over time, right? It used to be the religion, right? The Jewish religion was the definition of what a Jew was, right? So then we had the anti-Semitism was like the blood libels of instead of you're doing genocide on Palestinians, you're kidnapping children and using their blood to make matzahs, which is what we're reading this week. Let me tell you, there's salt enough it is, baby. You don't need it. And quite frankly, Christian baby blood is way too expensive per pound, right? You want to go for some kind of heathen country girl. I'm sure you get something way cheaper. I digress. Anyway, we don't do that. But yeah, and then when Jews started becoming integrated into modern societies and stopped being religious in Germany, right, in the 20s and 30s, right, and this was part of Nazi propaganda. They said now they shaved their beards and they dress like us. We can't tell them apart. It became the Jews were genetically impure, right? Because it always has to, because it's the religious Jew, religion wasn't the primary identification of Judaism anymore, right? Because again, it's a near unconscious hatred of Jews, right? It's really a near unconscious hatred of Jews, which goes. Let's talk about what that is, right? I want to say near. This is what I'm talking about. Everybody has a personal worldview, a tree of beliefs and ideas, right? That your other ideas are built off, right? But you have core ideas. So one core idea, it's kind of like a race memory, is a feeling that imagine you have a neighbor who is who you can't stand because he makes you look at your failings, right? Maybe he's like a very virtuous person, right? So that's where I think anti-Semitism comes from. Not that Jews are so virtuous, as Jews are essentially in Judeo-Christian culture labeled as the chosen people, right? Even though Christianity came along and said, no, they're not anymore. It's that primal stone, right, at the core of our societal understanding, right, of Jews believing they're the chosen people. That is, I think, the root of most anti-Semitism, right? Because they feel like, well, you to tell me what? You're not so late, and it's been the same thing, right? Now, added to that, it doesn't help that Jews are insanely arrogant. And it really doesn't help, right? But speakers, what? I'm pretty arrogant. I have quite strong beliefs in my own opinions. You might have noticed. Anyway, so that's what anti-Semitism is. So one of the primary forms of anti-Semitism is blood libels, as I said before, right? Saying that Jews are kidnapping children using their blood to make their matzahs, right? The blood libel. So now I believe the narrative of there's a genocide going on. So when there isn't, so here, I saw this clip. It was on MSNBC of all things, where they, for one moment, started to quote the facts, right? I was like, well, that's crazy. So let's watch this for a second.
Even with American wars, they don't add up.
I want to show you one more clip of that, of Scott Brzezinski.
Right, this is from the Rubin report. Otherwise, I would never watch this, right? So he's basically saying what I've been saying. The numbers that say that Israel is in any way fighting an inhumane war just don't add up. Right? Our casualty rate our civilian casualty rate is far lower than America and England. It just is, factually. Right? I mean, what, you're looking at 20,000, 25,000 civilian casualties? Yes, that's terrible. Right? It's a drop in the bucket for any modern war. This is what war looks like. Right? This is what a war looks like.
Peeves seems to be one of your pet peeves, and that is, 2 million people have been killed in the Sudan civil war. I haven't seen a protest at NYU for that. Assad killed 500 Arabs. I didn't see colleges burned down. 500,000 Arabs killed by Assad.
Okay, 2,500,000. Nobody's disputing this at all. No one's saying, oh, look over there. It's what? No, and don't look at this. We're saying we have one consistent standard. And if your standard is not Jews involved, don't give a shit. 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 Jews involved, fuck you, you Nazi cunt! Right? If it goes like that, then yeah, it might be anti-Semitic. Now, I want to get again. Tim Paul was saying, look, you can't say legitimate criticism. No, didn't say legitimate. You can't say criticism of Israel is anti-Semitism. And I think that's a fair point. That's why I'm very clear to say legitimate criticism of Israel is very rarely anti-Semitism. Illegitimate criticism of Israel is always anti-Semitism, right? Well, if I said, why are you Americans so into kiddie porn, right? Why are you so into pedophilia? Now, while there is a lot of it about, I don't think the average American is like, oh, yeah, let's have sex with a baby. I don't think most Americans like. I think it's a fringe value. But yeah, again, to intimate that it's something that is normal and commonplace in America, that's an illegitimate criticism, right? And maybe it is. I don't know. I haven't been to America for a while. Anyway.
Saddam Hussein killed over 1 million Muslims in wars. I gassed them. I didn't see protests there. And yet your school is shut down right now because Israel is responding to the worst attack against Jews worldwide since the Holocaust. Help us sort through that.
I love this incredibly Gentile way of saying Holocaust. The Holocaust.
We can debate that response.
I don't know algebra, but I'm pretty good at the common denominators here and why there's no common denominators in all of these. It's just that it's Jews defending their homeland.
Here's the thing: if you're vaguely honest, you kind of get caught with it. If you're honest and you pay any form, you go like, "Oh yeah." The only thing is, it's Jews, mate.
Because if you look at the numbers, even with American wars, they don't add up.
Well, first off, good to be with you, and I especially appreciate your leadership on this issue. I'll give you some more numbers. 2,200 American servicemen killed at Pearl Harbor. We go on to kill 3.5 million Japanese, including 100,000 in one night.
Hey, 2,200 to 300, what did he say, 3 million? So, really? Okay, so that seems like we are doing really well.
2,800 Americans in 9/11. We go on to kill 400,000 people in Afghanistan and Iraq. We weren't accused of genocide. You had, if Mexico had elected a jihadist cartel to run their country, and then they incurred into Texas, and on a per capita basis killed 35,000 people of the population of the University of Texas, and on the way back took the freshman class at SMU hostage and hid them under tunnels, what would we do? It'd be
and that's the thing. People are like, that's why they scream at you, right? But here's the point, right? What is the point of saying that Israel is committing genocide. What is the point of it? And the point of it is where we're at right now, to exclude Jews from society. Right now, you are excluding Jews, right? And it's not you, but society is allowing Jews to be excluded from your educational facilities, right? Literally excluded, right? This is a long clip, so I'm only going to show you a bit of it. We looked at it the other day. Where is it? So many weird things. Here we go.
University keeping the media out. This is the CEO of the university.
Yeah, so essentially they deactivated his car because they didn't want any problem.
Are we not letting?
They didn't want to go in.
The media in? What? Can you back up, please? My card has been deactivated? Why? Can you back up, please? Wait. Everybody, my card has been deactivated. This is the end goal, to exclude Jews from society, right? This has always been the end goal, to exclude Jews from society. And I've been telling you that literally for years. Like, literally, this is what I said happens, right? And here we are. But it's a weird thing we're up to, right? Because this is a weird fourth, fifth generation of warfare we see being played out. Essentially, they believe this because China is using TikTok, right? And it sounds crazy, but that's what's going on. The U.S. intelligence service don't have control over TikTok, so they just ban TikTok, right? You see the gloves are off straight away. They're like, what the fuck? Get rid of this. So what do I think really is going on? Look, I look at everything from a very theological point of view. I think God's real, right? And I go, wonder what's going on. And I have a whole, intense and complicated worldview, right? That based around God being real, right? So, and I think we're in the process of a messianic event, right? And it's interesting because right now we're having a heat wave in Israel. It's very, very, very hot. It's like, what is the temperature today? One sec. It was like 100 centigrade. It was crazy. Or Fahrenheit. I don't know. One sec. Israel weather. Doink. Is Israel weather? Israel weather. Is that one? Look. Right, it was like 35 today or something. Yeah, it was like 35 today. It was really hot, 35, and yesterday too, right? And tomorrow the heat's going to break. It goes down to like 25, right? And at the first day of this month, we're in this very weird redemptive month called Nisan, right? Which is where the Exodus happens, which is why I'm celebrating Passover right now. And I am celebrating. It's great. I've had a bit of a mini vacation. But and I started off saying we're in this period of time called Sfirat HaOmer, right? Sfirat HaOmer is a cauldron of bubbling spiritual energy, right? And it's the third night just started. I have to. Okay, I'm sorry. As I said that, I realized because all this intense, bizarre Jewish law. I've actually got to say the blessing now. So I'm sorry. You're supposed to say this with a blessing. And if you forget, so okay, this is another level of stress in my life, right? If I forget to say this goes on for 49 days. If I forget to say the blessing on it, I can't, and I forget to say it during the next day, then I can't say the blessing anymore. I'm like, I don't want to lose the blessing. So here we go. And so it's Baruch Adonai Eloheinu Melech haShekel Mitzvah V'Tzivanu Al Sfirat Omer Hayom Shlosha Yomin LaOmer. So that's translated to blessed are you. This is the same form for all Jewish blessings. Blessed are you, loving God and harsh judgmental God, King of the universe, right? Who has commanded us with the commandment of counting her Omer. I'll talk about more of that in a minute. And today is the third day of the Omer. Then you have this little thing you say also, Charachaman, the merciful one. Will you Return to us the work in the holy Jewish temple. Limkomo in its place. Bim hey Ravi Aminu. Speedily and days amen salah. There you go. I gotta be careful about what I tell everybody. So anyway, there we go. Then we got the. I mean, here now I've got to copy it, right? And I've got to put it on my family WhatsApp. Doink. So fine. So yeah, we're in this very spiritual cycle sphere at home, and it's there's been genuinely miraculous days in modern times. Like, you probably don't know about the War of 1948 and the War of 1967, both of which concluded in this 49-day period. Right. We also got another thing on the 33rd day, which is a real pinnacle of spirituality. So here's what I think is going on. I think everything is being moved around. Everything is as for 5-dimensional chess. Was it 3-dimensional chess? What's the one that Spock played? Right? Yeah. I think it's like that 3-dimensional Star Trek chess. Right? Things are being moved around in ways that we can't really see. But I love the way God is doing it. Like I think God wanted this war to happen. Right? I think I think it very obviously. Right, because it started on this day where judgment for the nations are given. Right, nobody really made. It's funny, I've been talking to my local rabbi. I said, look, just nobody mentions this stuff. Like everybody's terrified of talking about it. I don't know. I think people are scared in general. Anyway, but I think. God's moving things around, right? God's moving things around, and I love the way He's doing it. Like, I see the greed of the politicians and the arms manufacturers and the hatred of Jews from Hamas. Like, you saw the absolute hatred that they have of Jews. Like, it's breathtaking. Like, even if you're not a Jew, you go, oh, man, you really didn't like him. Like, that's really bad, the stuff you did, right? And all God had to do, right? All God had to do to go, bing, to start this these dominoes hitting each other, right, and toppling, is to remove the block, whatever spiritual block there was, protecting Israel from Hamas, right, for one morning. Right, that's all he had to do, and change the world forever. Right, it changed the world forever. And I think things are spun out of control. I think, right, we have an untethered deep state. They don't have a party anymore. They have parts of the Republican Party. They have parts of the Democratic Party. Like, again, and again, I love that whatever is going on behind closed doors is benefiting Israel. I think that is God's plan, right? So it's interesting. I had this conversation on the first night of Passover with my older son, right? When you read this book called about the redemption, called the Haggadah, you read it. It's like it's a ritual thing, right? It's quite, we make it fun, right? But his point was this: that he felt that the coming redemption, right, is a greater miracle because it will be done without miracles. It'll be done normally. And I felt that the redemption of Egypt would be. I just want bling. Okay, that's what I'm saying. I just want bling. But like, I think these anti-Semitic, and they are pure anti-Semitic. Again, as I said, told you many times over. What is the point of saying that Israel's committing a genocide, or Israel is fighting an immoral war in any way? It's to force Jews from society, right? It's always been to force Jews from society, all right? So, it's like, legitimate criticism of Israel is an anti-Semitism. Illegitimate criticism, right, that Israel's committing a genocide, it's always anti-Semitism, and we're at the goal of the anti-Semitism right now. If you have any friends who don't buy this, anybody you know who vehemently disagrees, I'm open to have a genuine conversation with anyone. I really am, without a non-pejorative, open conversation with absolutely anybody on this, you're more than welcome. Send out the light the banners. No, light the pyres. What they do in Lord of the Rings? I know, light the fires. Well, there. Send out the word. Send out the word. Let them know you're here. And if you know the song I'm talking about, you understand the deep cut. That was called Sir Justin Hayward's Moody Blues. Let us get to the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Fine. Oh God, shoot! You shut the fuck up. I mean, like that's my attitude now. Shooty, just shut the fuck up. Really, mate. Like, do yourself a favor. Oh God, I've been sent some more. God, it never stops. Oh, we got to look at that. We got to look at this. Oh, but Shooty, just shut the fuck up, mate. Right? And I'm doing you a favor at this point. Right? I know. The schmuckery is strong with Gutwell right now. I look, you've got to get out your leftist bubble, which he actually says, yeah, I live in a leftist bubble. You don't know how much of a leftist fucking bubble you live in, right? Well, I got to get that as well. 1 second. But yeah, shoot you, mate. How do I get the link for this? Hang on. So annoying. How about if I do that? Oh, no, that doesn't work. All right, if I click over here. No, okay. What's his bloody name again? The actor from play one of the Beatles posted something on Instagram, and it's like funny. Oh, we're going to look at Doctor Who magazine. God help us. It's like, yeah, everything is like fuck. Don't look good. Anyway, let me tell you more of my about the what? I've did that wrong. Let me tell you more about my terrible. I got something wrong. Let me tell you more about the terrible oppression that is my life. The terrible oppression of life. Maybe you should try more about Doctor Who and less about celebrating yourself. It's all about celebrating Shooty. I'm with not oppressed. I'm sorry. I love the Millie in the tight t-shirt as a Oh, I got to think of my Saturday thumbnail. I have to, if anybody's got any suggestions for a Saturday thumbnail, right, in the comments, please let me know your ideas. Preferably a cartoon or a comic book with a sexualized girl from it, right? I mean, that's basically what we're looking for. Where we go? You can tell it's a fake Mr. Shooty. He is wearing his chest is covered. No, it's actually a real one. God, again, look how ponce he is. That's got it out way back when Rings of Diversity, I mean power. So you can tell from the advertising what particular ism or phobia they were going to accuse the yes, right. I mean, like, oh, God, the hero journey. Oh, the hero journey is one of the most excruciating things. It's saying that only idiot women, and I'm not saying all women are idiots. I'm saying idiot women who are normally like college-educated liberal women who work in Hollywood. Or we call them the awfuls, affluent white female liberals, right? The people who one of the few people who still like Joe Biden, right? Like the people who think that Epstein did in fact kill himself, right? I'm like, those people, the awfuls. Yeah, they could like the hero's journey, which is essentially. Yeah, hero's journey is again a guy is embraces his destiny, finds a teacher, overcomes loses teacher, overcomes great hurdles, and eventually has a giant test, and then becomes the great person that he was always destined to be through much pain and suffering. Right? The hero's journey is she was always the best as ever, and icky men didn't recognize her. No, they were icky men. And then she was so stunning and brave that even icky men had to go, oh, you're stunning and brave. Right? That's, yes. God, I hate it. Anyway, Benny Burris is here. How you doing? Is that at the right? Otherwise, my bleeding coat. Hello, I have no idea what that means. Hey, buddy, bro, thank you for joining. And it started today. How you doing? And it started. I don't know who Chris Peckham is either. Do a walk for nature in London, and I have no idea who Chris Peckham is. Hey, 1 second. And then we're up to Matt Smith, Better Days. Yeah, my wife sent me this. Where is it? She sent me this, and it really was a case of Better Days. Yeah, 1 second. Doink, copy link. Where's the downloads? Doink. Doink, 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 doink. Captain Scarlet, plumbing. Hour in. We got to do Deadpool tonight, right? We got to do Deadpool, or maybe we'll do that Saturday. And then we've also got we got to do Doctor Who magazine, right? That's happening. Oh yeah. So yeah, my wife her work colleagues sent. Oh, it's not downloaded. Where is it? Where you go? Is it a download? Resume. Check internet connection. No, the internet connection is fine. I'm streaming. Let's try again. Wow. It refuses to download from there. That's Bizarroville. Let's try another. We'll go to YouTube downloader. Yeah, it's so weird. Okay, the internet's definitely working. Okay, no, I don't want the MP3 video. Okay, there we go. Doink. Is it going to download? Download now. Okay. Yeah, here it comes. That was weird. So yeah, anyway, my wife sent me this. And, oh yeah, my work colleague sent me this. And it really was Better Days. Oh, didn't come out. So it's basically the Avengers people doing the Brady Bunch, right? And it was like it was from about 7 years ago, right? And when it was all good, you forget how much we love the Avengers, right? Yeah, Shooty may save the world with the Beatles, but I saved the universe by introducing Lennon to Yoko Ono and singing "Destroyed the Daleks." It was starting to get brave, boy. You thought, please, I would love that to be the case. That would be redonkulous, right? Redonkulous and hilarious. Rabbit's a living carry-on. Wow, that's very. Thank you. Oh, matron. I do indeed. Yes, I do like being a living carry-on movie. That would be, if I could have that as my epitaph, I'll be very happy. Matthew Q is here. Matthew Q, thanks for joining. And Big Prick is here. Hey then, Big Prick. Shooty gay. Gatwa. I mean, you're so gay, Shooty. Right? I mean, look, yes, you're the first Doctor who's covered in cum. I get it, right? I get it. And God says Gerry Anderson say, yes, I know. We've got to get together. White Mitchell, I think, must be the most damaging quote in the show's longest. I don't know. There's so many of them now. Oh, God, there's so many. Here, we'll look at this in a minute. But there's so many of them now. All right, he can't stop. Like, he posted this and said, "All life can't matter until Black Lives Matter." Why do you think Black lives don't matter, you dumb fucking cunt? Right? Honestly, why? Who do you think Black lives don't matter to? You dumb fucking entitled moron cunt. Who? Where is this? Where is this place? Well, I don't know of it. Black lives matter everywhere. I mean, apart from if you're in, like, you know, African countries where they don't matter, where no lives fucking matter. But where don't Black lives matter? We're so tired of singing this song. Shut up! Shut up! But sing it we must. Why? I mean, like, why? Who? Again, how does black people's lives not matter? For fuck's sake. And then there's this. Either one allows the racial inequities to persevere as a racist, Or confronting the race inequities. Okay, so black people are anti-Semitic. Why are you anti-Semitic? Why do you hate Jews? What's wrong with you? And look, I'm sorry, just demographically, it has to be correct, doesn't it? Right? So, shall we start off with that? Shall we start off with a conversation? Hi, Judy, why do you hate me because of my race? You racist piece of shit. Shall we start off with a conversation like that? Or shall we just, start off assuming people are not racist? You decide. You decide. Again, because, demographically, most black people don't like Jews. Right? They're just factually, mate. Either one has racial inequities to persevere as a racist or confronts its racial inequities as an anti-racist. There is no in-between. No, there is. There is. We can either view each other as being intrinsically racist, right? Or here's a crazy plan. We could give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Wouldn't that be a nice idea? How would that work out for you, mate? No, because you're a racist, right? I think, or more, you've been duped into being racist. You're a moron, right? There's no in between safe space of not racist, the claim of not racist, neutrality is a mask for racism. No. Ibram X. Kendi. Oh, yeah, that sounds like he really is not a racist, right? So you're saying if I don't agree with you, I'm a racist, right? I think you're being a racist, right? And again, Shooty, darling, how's your fucking life being impacted by racism? Look at you. They love you in Hollywood, right? You are a purse puppy. Look at our little Shooty Gatwa. Oh yeah, he's a black and he's a gay. And it's not me how I would talk about you, but certainly how they do. The racist cunts in Hollywood. Yeah, we got our little purse puppy. Look at, we could show, there's our little Shooty. Oh, look at him. Oh, he's so sexy. And oh, take your clothes off, Shooty. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And smile. Oh, we like to see those white teeth of yours. Oh, they're so racist, right? They're so fucking racist. Yeah. And that's why you're in their movies, but you're not allowed to speak, right? I'm about to get up to, I'm doing a rewatch of Master of the Air because it's freaking awesome. Right, that was really great. And I got up to the bit where I think episode 7, where you have this really tacked on story about some black people who also fought in World War II. Now, don't get me wrong, I have no problem tracing their story. It's interesting, but it's just like we elbowed in out of fucking nowhere, right? Because it's it was added in via white guilt. It wasn't organic to the story. Right, so again, look, mate. Stop being a victim, you dumb cunt. Right, stop being a victim, you absolute dumb cunt. The hero Doctor Who Brace of Impact promotion wraps up sounding like a bingo card of woke, and I did put a little thing saying yes, woke has a clear definition. They only pretend it's undefined, so they one only pretends undefined if they are woke themselves. Absolutely doodly, right? That's 100% the truth, right? 100% the truth. White me doctor. Yeah, that was such a bad quote, right? PD Rich is there. I don't PD Rich and Bobby T75. Fake Ringo on Jinx episode has been as much of an acting experience as Juice Kepler. Apparently, yeah. Fuck me. I just like. I don't know how they fucked this up as much as they have done. Like, it's unbelievable. Cocaine, right? What about the Thunderbirds of the Upper Empire State? Well, I wanted to, give them a bits and pieces. A CGI version sucks. I like the CGI version. I really thought it was kind of good. But that's me for you, right? I just finished watching the Gentleman. Hopefully I'll review that today. I'll give you a clue of how the review goes. I fell asleep twice watching the final episode and eventually gave up. Right? I didn't care. There you go. But I'll give it a more in-depth review later. Fine. Where are we up to the chat? We have Michael Q. Terrible suggests Thunderbirds and Captain Scarlet's love child. Only joking. With bad puppets. I hadn't noticed it before, but the Lady Penelope in CGI looks very much like the one from the appalling live action movie. I mean, look, there are bits of the live action movie I like, right? I got to give that a rewatch. I really do. Appalling. I understand most people didn't like it. I don't. And yeah, why make a movie if you're not going to make it actually be like the thing, right? I love the story that was it Rob Grant and Doug Naylor, or the Doug Grant, or whatever. The Red Dwarf Boys. Whenever they got taken out for dinner by American producers to make an American Red Dwarf, they said, "Okay, so it doesn't really need to be on a spaceship, does it? It can just be in a futuristic city." They're like, well, no, it sort of needs to be in a spaceship. And the cat doesn't have to be a cat; he can be just a funky person with big teeth. I'm like, why do you want to call it the Red Dwarf then? Peter Rich points out that Israel is a real country now because we're being criticized. Yeah, if apparently you are a Zionist, even if you think Israel is a country, right? What can I tell you? Fine. Oh, gee, should I go? Should I go? I'll look at these things, man. Maybe should I really speak about these things and say out what people are saying? That I'm gonna give a couple of comments on this. Lisa Joy said Monkey was born in New Jersey. Her writing career began an ABC show Pushing Daisies. Oh, that's a good show. In 2011, she joined the staff of Burn Notice as co-producer. You know, I'm going to start writing to her. Her agent said, "Listen, I am Jonathan Knowles, the creator of Westworld. Was Jonathan Knowles and Lisa Joy? I think Lisa Joy is the easier get. But like, I am just such a crazy fan of it. I've literally sat through it. First season 3 times, second season minimally twice, maybe 3 times. Third season twice, and fourth season once. But the problem is, the first episode of the full season isn't the greatest episode, so it doesn't really get me in. First episode, season 3, fucking awesome. Oh my god. Season 3, the robots get out of the park, right? And you see this weird war against humanity start. Fucking awesome. Oh my god. More, and again, you have to really watch it several times over to get what's going on. And but yeah, okay, one of the greatest parts of it, there's like at the end of season 3, the world's like blowing up, not literally, but like society is completely imploding and falling into chaos. And you have this one robot played by Tandy Newton, who used to be the madam of the brothel in Westworld, but she's a robot, and you hear them say the same script over and over again, like how she became a man. Who said, I said. So when I came to this country, this is a new world, and a new world you can do whatever the fuck you want, right? So that was her line at the end of season 3 when she was her own person, right? I loved how that initial programming reflected on her character and her memories. It's just fascinating and fantastic, right? Really genuinely fascinating and fantastic. So I like, you know what, I am going to write it because it's just such a great show, right? If I was king of the world, I will give them a season 4 and a movie that will go in between season 3 and 4. I'll give them a season 5 and a movie that goes between season 3 and 4. Get out of the camp. If that happened in World War II, we would be living a better world. I know. It's crazy. Was a co-writer with his brother Christopher Nolan on The Prestige. Prestige is one of the greatest movies ever. It really was. Dark Knight, again, I think probably one of the best Batman movies. Terminal Salvation, they can't all be they can't all be winners. What can I tell you? Tzvi Lebetkin, they want to destroy the peace, of course, between the Israelis and Saudi Arabia. I forgot to mention this bit. Well, I'm going to turn the image off, so maybe when I see this going through, I'll remember to splice this back in when I edit this together. Probably I'll forget, right? But yeah, this was the essential point where I was going. That the on a spiritual level, right? On a spiritual level, the coming of a Messianic age is described as a rising sunset, right? Slowly rising sunset, and part of that process is an eradication of evil, right? and it's eradication of evil. There has to be it's called an awakening from below, that we awakening from earth, from us, right? So maybe God put us in a position where we had to wipe out Hamas, right? And that is the eradication of evil, and that's why they all don't want us to go into Rafah, right? They're all terrified of us going into Rafah because I think on a subconscious spiritual level, they know once that happens, once that last building block, boom, goes down, then it's everything's changing, right? Everything's changing. I don't know what's going on with Rafah. Like my son went back to Gaza on what day was it? On Wednesday, right? He went back to Gaza yesterday. Apparently, he had to fix up his tank or something. I don't know. But then they got like this fun day that these Americans paid for, where they went to this like, about 50 of them went to this like nice spa with a pool, and they hang out and they're having a big barbecue, and then they just got sent back home again for Sabbath, maybe, probably, right? And they say everybody was saying that the Rafah operation is starting on Sunday, which made me think it probably wasn't. And now they say they're delaying it. I know. All I know is I think God is controlling everything, right? I think it's controlling it. Where he's taking us to, I think it's somewhere pretty good. Will it be scary? Yeah. I was saying this at the beginning. We're in a heat wave right now, and the heat's about to break tomorrow. And so it's very, very hot, then gone quickly. The beginning of this month, as the month started, there was these huge storms, these massive storms, right? And then they're gone very quickly. I think that's God trying to tell you bad things are coming, scary things are coming, but will be over pretty quickly, right? Over pretty quickly. Fine. Get back to the chat. Now I remember all the bits, right? Ben Newell was here. It kills the hype, unfortunately. To be fair, when we got episode 14, I was looking forward to it. It was just behind the scenes stuff. The statements from Shooting Up were just to get a reaction out of fandom. It seems to be that way. Look, you're making a fair point there, Ben, right? You're making a very fair point. And this is something that Dan Hadley makes me often. I do agree with him. I'm going into it judging it on its own merits, right? If it's woke gay shit, I will say this is woke gay shit, right? If it's good, I'll say it's good, right? That's it. Fine. So let me see where we're at. Big Brick says it's probably quicker to tell us all the days that aren't Jewish holidays. Wednesday. No, that's a Jewish holiday too. Where am I going to? Star Cops. Oh, God, Archie, you got it. Wait, where does the phrase Eki Thump actually come from? Because I'm from Sheffield. I never heard anybody say it before. Oh, 1 second. Now I got to find it for you. Right? Here, 1 second. The goodies Eki Thump. The goodies Eki Thump. It is a northern martial art developed by the goodies. Goodies being a comedy trio from the 70s and 80s, I guess around the 60s as well. Yeah, so this one will download. Doink. Oh, that one download, no problem. So here is where Eki Thump comes from. The goodies. Is there anything else? Eki Thump. See, there you go. I didn't make this.
I journeyed for to seek out true enlightenment.
Mystic East. The girls fish and chip shop. School of Eki Thump.
Door were opened by one of the exquisitely delicate ladies of the temple. I stated that I was to become a disciple of Eki Thump. She demanded proof of my devotion. And now we're in.
Okay. They'll get onto the Yeah, this is the Icky Thump outfit. They're the biggest hats they have.
Black pudding, chip butties, tripe, and a piece of barking for afters.
I've never had black pudding. I've always wanted to have black pudding.
Control of our limbs and movements.
I just remember hitting each other with black puddings. No.
A grandmaster.
So Icky Thump, that's where it came from. It's not the clip I remember, but I hope that helps. Matthew Barnes does not find Millie Gibson hot. Darling, I have to tell you, I disagree. She is crazily hot. Oh my God, she is like relentlessly hot. Right? Jessica Rabbit, what good one. Soda Engine, Jessica Rabbit, awesome. Who could be Jessica Rabbit? I guess it's Sydney Sweeney, but I use her a lot. You know, the reason I use her a lot, she's very, very attractive. You know, she's basically one of the only people who isn't a porn star, right? Who looks sexy. Like all the actors say, no, not at all. Starcost, 80s BBC show. The rear Rabbi was riffing badly. Sorry, Jessica Rabbit's very good, right? Well, Matthew, Millie Gibson is not hot, but Jenna Coleman is. Listen, vive la difference, baby. I totally vive la difference, right? Where are we up to? Fine. The JFO is here. How you doing, JFO? I just read the new Variety article about the new Doctor Who. Russell Jr. are such unlikable people. It really is. They have no idea how incredibly unlikable they are. Right? It's insanely unlikable. Barry Kabama says, Eggy Thump! Quite rightly too. Quite rightly too. Fine. You know what? Oh, man, let's get us into what was it? Doctor Who magazine. Because that's where this news explosion came from today. Right? Crazy news explosion. So we go Pocket Mags. Doink. Share screen. Oop, that's the wrong thing. And yeah, there is a lot to cover in this, right? There absolutely is a lot to cover. So the cover isn't what I thought it was. Speaking of the cover. Benno said, to be frank, I've known Millie Gibson's work on Corrie before Doctor Who. Very good at acting there, all on YouTube. We've just Corrie. Yeah, she is. She is absolutely. It's not just she's hot. It's like she's absolutely the best thing about this production, right? She is the most human being in this production, right? Yeah, no, she really is. I mean, and look, she's just gorgeous. I'm sorry. I'm again. When I say she's just gorgeous, would I like to fuck her? Of course, I would like to have sex with Millie Gibson, right? That looks like it would be fun. However, I'm also married, right? So I wouldn't like to have sex with Millie Gibson because I would upset my wife. And I like my wife, right? Also, Millie Gibson isn't offering to have sex with me, right? I don't wake up in the middle of the night, right? Hear a little tapping window, right? Little tapping and says, there's Millie hanging on outside, right? You know, little fingers of knuckles are turned white. I said, Rabbi, I want you to come on my tits, Rabbi. Come on. I said, Millie, I can't come on your tits, darling. I can't. Ethically, I am forbidden. But trust me, if I was untethered from morality, and you were so up for that, which I'm sure you would be, I will come on your tits, darling. Don't worry. And I only say that because I respect you so much. But look, honestly, she is by far the best thing in this production. Absolutely, right? And I think that's partially the reason she went. I don't know. Like, it just seems insane to me that she was fired because she missed being on set. I just don't understand how it's even possible. Like, you have assistants that will literally drag you there, right? Unless you were like too stoned that you couldn't work, like you dropped bad acid and you just couldn't move, right? I mean, I guess, but I don't know. I think the biggest reason she's out is that she's far better than Ncuti Gatwa, frankly, and she's straight and white, right? I think that's she's not of a protected class. That's why I think she's out. Sadly. And yet, look, the sad thing about putting these two episodes together on the first night, everybody wants this to be the Doctor. This is a much more Doctor Who-ish Doctor than like I'm a like sexy gay guy Doctor, right? This is a much more Doctor Who-ish Doctor. The regular outfit, not so much, right? Not so much. Dan's there. How you doing, Dan? Dan has his 150 shows tonight, don't you? Right. Good luck, everybody. Yes. Dan's got it's I think 150 show. When is that? That's in an hour and 40 minutes or either 40 minutes. We'll find out. We'll find out. But yeah, look, honestly, I think she's the best thing with British production. So this cover is a lot better than the Beatles mock-up. Right, she's much better. Still lazy, everything about this is so lazy. I imagine the background was some kind of generic thing they had, or was it AI generated? Probably not AI generated. Probably that's too advanced. Oh, probably is because they probably are lazy. I don't know. Far up. Far out, far more. Doctor is back. This is so dumb. Far up, far out. The font is shit. This is just, again, lazy ass bad shit. It's the only way you can really describe this magazine as lazy ass bad shit. Pull to open. Jason, whatever his name, Jason Quinn. I heard just an interesting and weird guy. Oh, look. Apparently that's Paul McCartney. Yeah, I know. Amazing, right? But Paul McCartney's a fat Chinese woman. Hey, you wouldn't have thought so. What's this? You've undoubtedly already noticed this supplement, the classic comic story time slip. Why time slip? Is this a hint of some new episodes? Nope, sorry. It's a tribute to our former Paul Neary. First Martin Doctor strip. I like that. They're including a little graphic novel supplement with them, which I think is kind of nice, right? I do think it's kind of nice. Again, it looks like Millie Gibson and a gay best friend, right? Okay. Rossi Davis. If I get to this, I don't think I'm going to get this column tonight, right? I think this will be Saturday, but we got a lot of content to go through, right? This issue actually earns its money, man. That smug grin doesn't seem to be authentic it used to be. And I hate to say this, Russell, that TARDIS console, bit shit. I know you spent a lot of money on it. It's a bit shit, mate. It's a bit shit. Just to begin, the broadcast of the new series of Doctor Who starring Ncuti Gatwa, Millie Gibson, now known episode titles and writers have announced. Yeah, just no one's that excited. Oh, Millie Gibson's redoing books on tape. Wonder who's what did it say? Ruby Red, followed 2 weeks later by Cage Una McCormack. Well, at least he's got a track record, right? Right on the 15th, but who's doing the books on tape? These two novels will be joined by Eden Rebellion from writer-director Abby Fallas. Okay. It's an absolute dream. I know, blah, blah, blah. I've worked on Eden Rebellion, set on a spot, but why have a picture of her reading the book if you're not going to tell us that she's doing the book on tape? She also has made a number of countries in Big Finish. Georgia Cook name, name I knew. Uma Cormack I knew, but if they're not, whatever. This picture intrigues me. This doesn't look like Big Finish. This looks like BBC, right? So it looks like she's reading the book on tape for these. So Why give us the picture? This is the lazy ass shit that is the Doctor Who magazine. Why give us the picture if you're not giving the detail? Oh, what's this? So that's the TARDIS in their own words. New book published this summer relives the entire history of the TARDIS from the Assaulted Steve Cole. Yeah, it's one of these big coffee table books, but it doesn't look that great. And I'm not a fan of this TARDIS, right? They're putting everything on on this new era, and it's not going to go, mate. I'm sorry. Unless you're like markedly lying to us all the time, which it could be. It's not going to fly, right? It's not going to fly. I like they're bringing back the David Bradley Doctor basically as the Peter Cushing Doctor, which I think is a very good idea. Will Hancroft has a new book out, book on tape out. I guess it's read by Matthew Waterhouse, right? Was it the Dark Contact features the Fifth Doctor by Peter Davison, Adric, Tegan, and Nissa, and it's in 19th century London. It's written by Will Hancroft, who wrote 2022 Doctor Tale, Resurrection Plant, which I thought was excellent. Really, really good story. Everybody go order that, right? Go order that. Also, starting I think next week, Dr. Alex's season 14. And you know who's going head to head with the double episode that starts the new era? My Story, right? Which is far better. Sophie Aldred and Mike Tucker will be discussing their work an upcoming special event at Gunnersbury Park Museum. That sounds interesting. Yeah, I love this set. Right, I didn't get it; it was too expensive. I did go do a bit of shopping there. I bought myself the Scream 40th anniversary hardback. I was like, yeah, I got to get that. Right, Galactic Forum stuff going down. I don't know, nothing that really grasped my attention. Oh, I hope we have time to talk about toxic fandom eating themselves. Having announced as the writer of season 3 a Jesuit student in Glasgow, that's probably very good. That's probably interesting. Grazilla grills Billy Piper about her moments in her career, including Doomsday Scene. That's interesting. Karen Gillan interviewed at Comic-Con in Aberdeen, which we'll go back to. Yes, I love Karen Gillan. God, like you want to fuck me, don't you? And it's like this is constant. Just give it a fucking rest, mate. And like everything is like about you being sexy. All right, I'm so here. What's that thing? Oh, it's over here. Is it gonna open up? Yeah. Hi, this is Doctor Who, everyone. Yeah. Fuck off. Oh God, you nauseous degenerate. Right, Doctor Who's own Graham Kibble White imagines Hartnell with as a cartoon that came free with the this over here with Vault magazine, which is awesome. I love Vault magazine. Okay, so then we got previews for the episodes. I guess we'll go over these the weekly episodes there, but like it's so stupid they're putting them both on the same day. Right, both episodes have a very different identity. Right, and so stupid. And then boom, we'll preview that the week after. Like if you're going to cast people who look absolutely nothing like the Beatles, don't show us. I mean, like, so the one wearing glasses is supposed to be John Lennon. Looks nothing like John Lennon. The one on the left, that's supposed to be Paul McCartney. How? Now let's see if I can get that actor's thing. Hang on one second. Let me see if I can find it. The actor who did this like put out a thing, and it's so bizarre. What's his name again? What could be the? Did I say what's this guy's name? Hang on. Hang on. He's done basically nothing, right? Is this him? James Hoyles, right? He's done basically nothing. He's got like I think this was his first job. I don't know. Here, I'm doing a search for him so I can get the link that way. Is this it? Oh, here it is. Here it is. So again, why are they casting people who look nothing like the Beatles? It's so bizarre. And then they got Benjamin Cook to interview them. Like everybody's. Is this a full clip or not? No, it's not it even. Hang on. Talking about it might be the right clip. I just the one I saw might have been edited differently. Oh, is it this? Is this the one? I think this is it. I think this is it. Yeah. Okay. So they had this cover come out. Was it about? I covered it earlier in the week. These people look nothing like the freaking Beatles. I am sorry. I mean, genuinely, they look nothing like the Beatles. So
getting roasted online, literally right now. Hi, I'm James. I'm an actor and content creator, and sorry, the dog's just wait. You coming to say hi? Is that what you're doing? You're coming?
God, shut up. Look, I'm quirky. I'm fine. No, you're not.
To say hi. Okay. I have been getting loads of messages from people wondering if I'm in the new season of Doctor Who, which, yes, I am. It was a great show to work on. I absolutely loved it. But they've just released their latest cover photo for Doctor Who magazine, which I am on. This is it here.
It looks awful, right? It looks absolutely awful.
I'm in the bottom right, on the bottom row, that's me. I play a beetle. And people have their opinions, which is fine. You do you. But I have been humbled very quickly by some of the comments. Let me show you.
Yeah, I went over this the other day.
Okay, here's the first one. There are no words. Why does Ringo look like a middle-aged woman? I mean, come on. I'm clearly not a middle-aged woman. Do I...
You're clearly not Ringo, darling. You look more like Ringo now than you did in the picture.
Do I need some anti-aging cream or something? I mean, bottom right is Howard Wolowitz, and no one can convince me otherwise.
I know. You just look at the bloody camera. Oh, dude.
I do. Maybe I do have a look of Howard Wolowitz. Maybe I do. Okay? But it's just one photo, babes. One photo. Just wait until you see the
Yeah, if this show doesn't literally give me a hand job at this point, it's a fail.
Show. Wait until you see it. It's gonna pop off. Pop off. Comes out May 11th.
Gonna pop off. Okay, whatever. Yeah, this is another photo, and you still look. I can't even tell which one's supposed to be Ringo. Okay, that's how bad. Okay, so now we have Ben Cook on set, talking to the four Beatles who look nothing like the bloody Beatles. Like, how's that Paul McCartney and John Lennon? If you went to like a shitty Beatles experience, you would expect that to be Paul McCartney and John Lennon. Not on this thing they keep touting as being a huge multi-billion-dollar budget. Oh, look, it's Peter Tork and Davy Jones. Like, how is that? Like, fuck. You're nothing like the Beatles. Absolutely nothing like the Beatles, okay? Why did you have all these photo shoots? These people look nothing like... So this, just by process of elimination, this must be George Harrison. If this is Paul McCartney, this was George Harrison. He's got the glasses, even though he didn't wear the glasses at the time. John Lennon and Wolowitz. Yeah, you're right. Okay then. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. This doesn't look like it's going to be great or fantastic, right? This looks like it's going to be a total, complete fail. This looks like it's degenerate perversion to me, right? You know, I just... Most normal people are not up for this anymore, right? I'm sorry. And it's fine that she wants to dress like you know, it's a woman with a penis, or it's a drag queen, or whatever she is, or if he is, or they are. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking care. I don't have to fucking think about it when I'm watching fucking Doctor Who. Oh, so sick of this shit, right? I'm so sick of it. Here's the thing. Most people think people with penises are men. Right? Most people, and anyone who says they're a woman and they have a penis, most people think they're mentally ill. Right? That's what that's what I'm not saying they are. That's just that's the opinion of most of society. All right. Mrs. Flood, what's this? So now we've got Ben Cook talking to Anita Dobson, I guess on the set of Church on Ruby Road. Like, I'm surprised we haven't seen her filming. Oh, did we see her filming again? I can't remember. Right. Oh, Prime Anita Dobson. Dead and Angie. Man, I love Anita Dobson. I have so much goodwill for Anita Dobson. This is apparently the big bad of the season. She was in the Mavity scene. Oh, fuck off. God, I hate her. Maybe they'll have a reason for it. So then we got Sharon King and Jess Gardner have spent the past year as co-producers on season 2 of Doctor Who. They speak to Simon Gurra. I don't really care. I find, look, this is just indicative. It's boring. It's a boring room they spent a lot of money on. Boring. Right? This TARDIS set. It's boring. They spent a lot of money on it. It's boring. So this is actually quite an interesting little article. I doubt I'll read it, but I like this article. Rusty, the old robot, stalks the main character as vast. Okay, Simon Gurra talks about how they made this robot, right? I like this is one of the things I think that worked. I think that episode in general is one of the least shit, right? But just ruined by the Mavity scene and the black. What's his name? What's he called again? Isaac Newton. Got to get Who into my life. So this is Tim Worthington, the article about the Beatles in Doctor Who. Look, they actually look like the Beatles here. Like those people they chose, they should only be in long shot. Look, I'm sorry. Christopher Eccleston looks more like fucking John Lennon there. All right. Oh, who's it? This is somebody I know. This is not this. Who is that? Where? Oh, below, right. Up, go away. Come back. Bottom. Peter Capaldi as George Harrison. Again, he looks more like George Harrison. That's true. Jane Asher played Susan on Radio 94. Okay. Not sure what the relevance is. I wish I collected these things as they came out, right? I feel stupid that I didn't, but I was pissed off with Doctor Who magazine at the time. But yeah, this would have been a nice collection to have. This is actually a reasonably interesting article. It goes on too long, though. Graham Kemper-White talks about, what's his name? The guy who made the neon logo, which was very hip at the time, right? Sid Sutton, right? Very hip at the time. The Life and Times, right? What's going on here? I don't like Time Space Visualizer being out of place. Put everything back where it's supposed to be. And fuck off with Jigs Monsoon, right? Stop leading into it. Right, who's in Kiss Me Kate? Peter Davison. Adrian Dunbar took over and was taking over from Adrian Dunbar. What year is this? 79. They got this thing on. David Tennant. I mean, look, this looks like such a riffing on Doctor Who. House of Dragon, really like that. Looking forward to that coming back. Bunch of people have died. Town. I'm sorry to hear that. I remember Town died. Yeah, I forgot. Anybody doing anything? Jigs Monson don't care. Shooting Gut. Well, Shooting Gut was everywhere. Been Carson Strange on the train. This month in 1979. Apparently not much to do with Doctor Who. Everything else, I don't know. Fine. Memory Woman Matthew Waterhouse. Matthew Waterhouse is a very entertaining person. I like him on the... he's with Katie Manning on the Behind the Sofas in the what's it called again? The Blu-rays. Well, there's a very good unboxing of the Blu-rays on Dan's channel. Fine, Matthew Waterhouse. I haven't even bothered reading the strip. Maybe I will now it's finished. The artwork sucks. I'm sorry. I'm not really invested in the characters. I don't really like this Doctor. So hasn't really done much for me. So I didn't really bother reading it. The artwork really does suck, though. It really, really does. Fact of Fiction is Smith and Jones. I kind of like they did that. Again, Fact of Fiction is always good to read on the loop, right? That's the sort of thing. It's just like you vanish into it. Quinn Dilemma. I can't get through this. I got to try the second episode again. It's just, I don't know. I find it a bit dull, frankly. I really haven't been able to get into it, right? I really just haven't been able to get into it. So I really can't review it. Oh, I really got to review the other one, though. What's that story? Sontarans versus Rudons. That was actually very good. And I should review The Gentleman as well. Fine. So Edge of Destruction soundtrack, narrated by Carol Ann Ford, and then you got one of these new annual stories, which, okay, I mean, look, you had a few of them were kind of fun because they kind of shit stories and they put money into making great. Not great, realizing. But I don't know. This seems to be going on a long time, this range. Another audio range written by John Pill, read by Nicola Bryant. Not really interested in this Big Finish. Crossword I'm always shit at. All right, what we got coming up? So this is the Missy mini-series. That's what's his name in it? Jeffrey Beavers? Why can't they tell? There should be a little thing on the side saying if you have an insert picture, tell us who oh, here it is. Below right, the malevolent success of the Missy. Below left, the original writer, Roger Delgado. Simon Hollow's Bad Influence artwork. So, what? Who is this bloke over here? If I click on it, does it say who it is? No. One second. Let me see if I save the image address. Does it say who it is on the image? No, it's just a bunch of numbers. Hang on. I have no idea who that is. Okay. That's why. Maybe it's David Quantick. I don't know. I have no idea, right? I have no idea. I like Missy, but I'm not buying this series. I'm sorry. Morbius, I got the first part, not getting the second. They're willing out Derek Griffiths again. Derek Griffiths would have been a fantastic Doctor Who. Like instead of Colin Baker, fantastic Doctor Who. And I like it whenever he's on, but there's no one getting more of these 8 Doctors. They're shit. I'm sorry. This is shit. I mean, they've been shit thus far, so I'm done, right? Unhappy Mondays. Amber Alert. Okay. What else we got? Loose Ends. What's this? Written by John, illustrated by Roger Landry. This looks kind of fun. All right, this looks fun. Okay, let's read one of these. How did the Daleks land their subtle outside Coal School with no one noticing in 1960? No one noticing. Yeah, I think that's a good point. One of the first mysteries remembrance of the Daleks is strange burn marks on the ground, landing pattern, Dalek shot. Maybe it's some kind of weird mind control. All right, that must be what it was. Some kind of weird mind control. Next episode, next issue out is on the 23rd of May. More season review. Jeff Groff. Oh look, it's more people. Shooty looks like he wants to fuck. Shooty looks like he wants to fuck everybody other than Millie. Right? Like. Look, you can clean my dick off, but I'm not fucking. Right. Okay. So strange. So yeah, this is the famous Beatles cover. Like, why? Yeah, look, really? How do you expect it not to be roasted? But who the fuck? How is that Paul McCartney? Paul McCartney, George Harrison, we meet again, Dr. Jones. I mean, like, it's shit. It's shockingly shit, isn't it? But then they put time slip in, which I kind of like that they did this. I think this is kind of a cool thing. You know, and I think it adds value to the to the comic to this issue. And look, it's good for me because I got tons of content I can make out of this. Right? Who did the artwork on this? It's not Gibbons. It's not Pillman. Does it say over here? Stanley Presents. This must be this really needs before they had the credits on. Right, that was their bid for 2018. Oh man, it's been hot here today. So yeah, this is the first time that you had like multiple Doctors on one page. Well, it does look like there's Roger Delgado's master back there, doesn't it? That does kind of look like Roger. That doesn't look like Pertwee at all. Right? No, okay, that is Roger. Okay, that's fine. These are all like the when he regenerated doctor, when they have like visions of their lives. Do they have, again? Did they not hear? Do they have? They must have in the credits. No, they don't. Like, who's the artist on this? Paul Neary, maybe? I don't know. It's what's the name? It's in memory of Paul Neary, isn't it? Gary Gillett encounters times that are sent back through. Where is this? Hang on. That's Gary Gillett. Okay. There must be some kind of reason here. Again, who is that? Is that Paul? I don't know. Oops, sorry. It's just confusing. Making a dead skin, making the time slip. Fine. We'll never know. Anyway, it's a nice little extra. Actually, it is a nice little extra. It's weird they put it in, but it's a nice little extra. Anybody want to get the Jodie Whittaker graphic novel? No, really? Okay, more posters. That Beatles it's just awful. I'm sorry. Can I get a better picture of that? Let's try this. Doink. Hang on. Ah, go away. Ah, fine. So you got. This is just basically what's in it. I don't know. Is it a recommend? Not really. Sorry. Yeah, not really. More crap. Okay, what can I do? Look, the comic strip is the best bit, I think, and that's from like what 40 years ago. Yeah, is this one I recommend? Let's have a look. I mean, there's lots of information. For me, it's good. Like, am I interested in the previews? I'm interested in the Meet the Beatles. No, leave me alone. Jake's Monsoon, that might be good for content. Do not care about these nobodies, in the production. I'm sorry, that's who you are. I would read this one on my content out of it. The thing about Sid Sudden comic strip. I don't know. None of it really excites me. I'm sorry. I am sorry. So I guess this is not a buy, right? This is not a recommend for me. No, not a recommend. I'm afraid. Shall we delve into this? I'm scared. Right, there's so much stuff to delve into. I don't know where to start. Let's have a look. I mean, like, if there was a one page, I would say totally yes. But okay, let's start reading, see what happens. Russell T. Davis. It doesn't even have letter from the showrunner anymore. Just Russell T. Davis. This used to be called production. It's getting dumber by the minute. Unbelievable. Okay. Look, come back. I bumped into Sarah Lancaster recently. I said, matron, Maple Cophelia. Okay, with that, she wrote, of the 5 Stratton Classen Bindi nursery fleet, intergalactic class. She still remembers. Okay. I'm not sure who Sarah Lancashire is. She was in Doctor Who, I take it. I love those mad Doctor Who words, all the names and proper nouns that we will remember forever. And now there's a brand new batch. We will see Mondo Caroon. Will we see Mondo Caroon? Will there be Bertie Lester? Where exactly is Bertie Lester? And how many people does it take to fly Asteroid Hub? Well, here's the thing. We would care much more if you hadn't just been screaming about how oppressed you fucking are. Right? Like how much you want to lecture us about racism. Right? We'd be far more interested. Far more interested in any of that stuff if you weren't like just doing all this. Again, a bingo card of woke. Right? A bingo card of woke. Where are we up to? Fine. All those words will hurt me towards you starting May 11th. Dumb. Here's Doctor Who Factory at Bad Wolf. We're clanking away and still shooting the climax of season 2. Again, doing it this turnaround time is too long, right? They're spending too much money on special effects, taking too much time on them. Enough already, right? And it doesn't need it. If you have good scripts, you don't need it. Here, Doctor Who, and I'm not saying go back to the 1970s production values, but 2005, 2010 was fine, right? Nobody has any problem with any of that. Which includes the words Tinderbox, Croydon, and Threshold. Don't really care. I know. I wish you could see that guest star. I don't care. Look, I know what you think. People are wonderful guest stars when they're not, Russell. Let's be frank. Oh, it's Cook Sasha Monsoon. Whoa. Fuck off. Whatever it is. There's all these weird fringe weirdos. We're up to fine. And guess but all of that focus has gone on to the most important thing of all, the launch of season 1. By the time you read this, you will be on the verge of our premiere in London. Nope. You should be. It should be next week, right? It should be, what was it, the 4th? Right? May 4th, I think. Oh, May 3rd. No, May 4th. But it's not. It's 11th because you're schmucks. We're on the verge of our, and then zooming off to our launch show in New York and LA too. Showbiz. Be warned. Screenings mean that spoilers will start to flow. And I know it's a tricky issue for some viewers with episodes dropping at midnight on BBC iPlayer. Yeah, you fucking cunt. Yeah. How you took a shit on fandom, on its audience, and you can continue to take a shit on us. Honestly, Russell. Before they're shown that evening on BBC One, Doctor Who has had has had all sorts of transmission patterns over the years. Yeah, but never sloppy seconds. Right, with lots of bumps and changes. Yeah, something like that. Moving to midweek, probably a bad idea. I can remember 1996 standing in queue outside HMV at midnight to buy the VHS. Yes, but that was only fans, right? And it was a copy. A lot has changed in the last 30 fucking years, Russell. Again, why aren't the Americans lining up at midnight? Why are we? Why is it based around America and New York 7 p.m.? So stupid of you. It is. Should have been Saturday at simultaneously with BBC, which would have made it 2 p.m. Would have been perfect. Right? And then you would have actually had us all watching together. It's just so stupid, right? It is just so stupid. Is it on the radio, in the Radio Times yet? No, it can't be. Let's have a quick look. Radio, because I don't know what time it's airing. Controversial schedule change. So he's doing that right now. TV Guide tonight. Let's see how far we go in the future. We're up to May 4th. Oh, yeah, we're still a week out. 5 days before, even before the shop doors open, a man behind me spoiled the entire plot, yelling out, "And the master falls into the eye of harmony." But still, I went home and watched it until 2 a.m. and loved it. Yes, the different times now, right? We try and make the shopping experience easier. Also famous in 1903, the release paperback novel and 5 Doctors. Week before it aired, I bought it and denied it. Let it burn, glow, and tempt me from the corner of my bedroom in Jackson Street, Oxford. All I did was flick through the first few pages, and I had a marvelous chapter concerning Susan, the Doctor's granddaughter, walking through the ruins of post-invasion London. Only to discover it was invented for the book and didn't appear at all on screen. And then to top it all, the 5 Doctors were shown in the USA a good 2 days before it reached BBC. Yes, on Friday night, not Saturday night. Russell, will you stop your gaslighting bullshit? Because that's what this is. This is gaslighting bullshit, right? You know it, I know it, we all fucking know it. This is gaslighting bullshit. And now we have 2024 with plenty of warning of those new pattern for you to plan ahead and choose your own viewing. And that's the point. Choice. You're not having to change your habits to fit the show. Yes, you are. If you want to see it at midnight, yes. Again, I want to be able to watch it it should be based around UK time. It's like 7 p.m. On around there, whatever, 7 p.m. Right? It's probably going to be later, isn't it? What time Sabbath finish then for me? Hang on. Let's work this out. Sabbath times May 11th, 2024. So it ends at 8. So I can start with that 6 o'clock your time. So I can start watching it by about 8:30. So I'll be ready to stream by 10:30 my time, which will be I say 11 o'clock my time, which will be 9 o'clock your time, right? Which I think as it finishes in the UK, around there. I think 9 o'clock your time. Yeah, that's when I'll be streaming my review of both fucking episodes. So annoyed about that. So now we have 20 plenty. I mean, this gaslighting is like it's just such bullshit, Russell. You know, really. Oh, remember when what's the name? Trial of Time Lord was announced, right? Oh, Doctor Who's back, and now for 14 weeks, not just 12. Oh yeah, they're 25 minutes long each. We're not stupid. Fuck's sake, we're not stupid. And you're stupid if you think we don't see through you. And that's the point. You're not having to change your habits to fit the show. The show is changing to fit you. And changing the doctor patterns of modern TV audience. Yes, I think all of them very soon. This is the future right here, right now. Yeah, but you should have had it drop. It would have made incredible communal viewing. 7 p.m. UK time, right? If you want to stay spoiler-free before Saturday night transmission, I honestly believe it can be done. I stay spoiler-free when Game of Thrones would drop in the UK in the early hours of the morning, and I happily watch it at 9 p.m. that night. Blissful ignorance. And okay, maybe I'm not as online as you are, but that's the key. Manage your online activity for what, 18 hours? And it's a Saturday too. You have a day off. It's a good day to have a day off. I agree with you. Easy said, I know. But consider Country. I watch that every week, and I have done for decades. And now I drop their episodes on iPlayer on Saturday morning before that night's TX. What's the TX? Or whatever. And they recently had an episode which resulted in spoilers. Look away. The shock stabbing of Charlie. I don't care who it is. Who that is, don't know, don't care. A good old-fashioned cliffhanger. And it was a surprise to me. I remain spoiler-free, happily. Yeah, look, you keep apologizing means you know there's a problem. Now it's all about why you fired Millie, right? It surprised me. I'd remain spoiler-free and happily startled on that Saturday night. And okay, I get you. Casualty might not be as much buzz as Doctor Who Online, but Hobbyverse hasn't quite taken off in the same way. But to counter that, bear in mind, I do follow Casualty. I made it city where I work. I know some of them. I can't fucking care about Casualty. Members of the cast, I have some writers. I know some writers as well. Good friends of mine is a script editor. Hello, Tommy. I bet he reads DWM. And despite that proximity, I still say, I don't care. Blah, 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 blah. Bear in mind, a midnight viewing could be lovely. Stay up, have a party. Apologize, gaslighting. Have a party and include kids too. Plenty of children went to the midnight opening of Bookstars with the new Harry Potter books released. Don't mention Harry Potter, she's evil. It was part of the game, part of the narrative. Yeah, but you haven't built that game and narrative up. So what you don't understand, Russell, you haven't shown us a reason to tune in at midnight to get up, right? You just haven't. And everything about this is lackluster so far. 8 episodes. Ew, big 8 episodes. Fuck you. Oh, it's ridiculous. It really is. up to? Where are we up to? I totally lost my place. Part of the narrative about the story I'll tell for years to come. I'd especially recommend Midnight for episode 7 because it's shocking, frankly, and there might be screaming. Okay, all your hype doesn't mean anything anymore, Russell. Got to understand that. All your hype, it doesn't mean anything anymore. Enough already. Even on the actual Saturday night, you own it now because, yes, you can sit there at the allotted time and watch your favorite show, but that's normal. But now, look, if your pizza is delivered, you can wait. They've had live pools for about 30 years. If mom's stuck at work and misses the bus, you can pause the start and start half hour later. Or if you've got a party later that night, how about, you just want to come home from work and watch it with the kids, right? Or a big trip planned on Sunday morning, you can start. This is insulting. And this is pathetic. Fuck me, this is pathetic. If all your mates happen to be in town on Saturday, all these different scenarios of like, why you don't want to, why you're doing this bullshit. You're doing this bullshit because Disney told you to, you dumb cunt. We can all see fucking through you. You're also starting to put whatever you want. Thing is, we all want to make our own appointments. We all wish, oh God, it's still going on. We could say to the doctor or to Amazon or Gasman, Saturday 9 a.m. please. And we want it to be, and we want to be in charge of our own lives. Now with Doctor Who we are. It's again ridiculous gaslighting that is just full of shit. That really is. That really is bullshit. Oh my God. Some reason told me that the Generation Alpha considers radio to be a really odd thing. Weird how they said that you have records chosen by people, somebody else to play them in a fixed order, and topics of conversation decided in advance by unknown people off stage. If you're young, I was told that it's that seems bizarre because it makes you powerless. Okay, these kids have too much power. That's why they're demanding to be women or furries or whatever weird shit they're being, right? And you can see what they mean. No, I think it's been very bad for them. This is what makes it so narcissistic, right? At my age, I cling to Radio 2's schedule, but I get it. I might disagree, but I can see how that opinion on radio is true. It means, again, the choice is the way things are headed, and the tide cannot be stopped. Yeah, but here, again, your approach to it, which I thought you would nail, you failed, right? You tried to make the main show for the TikTok generation, which is in the middle of being banned right now in America, right? It's being banned in America. Britain's not that far behind, right? I'm just culturally, that's just where it is, right? But again, I think, just like you did the TARDISodes, right? That would be perfect for TikTok. Things like that. Those mini, 2-minute things, and put a real budget into it. Have like a mini story just for TikTok. Why not? Right? Like tell it in that, in a different format. Right? And that would bring people in to watch the actual full episodes. Right? Again, the way you're doing it is you're doing the worst of what you're making for a TikTok generation and putting it out as TV, right? As a TV experience, which people, again, you get it. You're just not getting your audience. You're not bringing the kids in by doing that, right? And you were a schmuck to think you would, frankly. Well, you're just a schmuck in general, mate. I mean, that's what I would say. Where is it? For now, maybe one day things will change. They might revert back. They'll be more like they'll more likely find something even more new. Maybe 10 minutes from now, we'll let our programs blip straight into our brain by psycholing. Look, Russell, he's basically saying, yeah, this is bullshit. Disney wouldn't do what we wanted, and for no reason other than they didn't want to. Right? Why couldn't they drop a show at 2 p.m. on Saturday, New York time? Right? Why was that hard? Or 3 p.m.? Right? Again, everybody, it would have done appointment viewing. It would have built up the show. Oh, like Game of Thrones used to be, right? You could have really actually genuinely made appointment TV, and it'd be live. You could like live tweet about it. They're so fucking stupid, so annoying. Like, look how well the watch-alongs went. Imagine that globally with a mass audience, but no. Ugh. But seriously, I'm not making like this. I can hear your worries. It's easy to say stay offline when your health or your job or nature might make that impossible. And I'm sorry, because then, yes, spoilers will fly. Unfortunately, there will always be a subset of viewers hitting the spoiler problem. Like tons of people who work Saturdays or on night shift. They had to negotiate this for years. So they never had. Stop. Okay, stop whinging. This our whole column is you whinging, Russell. And to be honest, if you're that online, you cannot change, folks. You stand at a high chance of getting spoiled anyway before transmission. That's the modern world. Beyond my control. From April onwards, there'll be screeners and previews, and screeners and friends of friends who have seen episodes in advance. Doctor Who is so popular; it's a victim of its own success. I haven't seen anything online. I'm sorry. As the bit of fans who will talk and share, as some will move Earth to discover information and post it far more than say good old Holby. Okay. Some people have said to my face they think our leaks are deliberate, and that's a deliberate attempt to drum up publicity. Let me tell you now and forever, nonsense. I don't believe a word comes out your mouth. I hear your argument. I don't believe a word that comes out your mouth anymore. Right? To try that with the press and the online will be to dance with the devil in the pale moonlight. See what it is. Well, dance with the devil, not in the pale moonlight. Also, I mean, yeah, I think John Nathan probably did stuff like that. And also inappropriate because the BBC is a public service broadcaster. I promise no leaks are ever deliberate. I probably believe that. That sounds reasonable, right? But still they come. We try and stop them. We have great people working very hard on the problem. One script was found recently in Brazil. Back in my old 2005 to 2010 days, the script with the actor's name watermarked on every page was found on a park bench. I remember that. A copy of The Next Doctor was once on sale in a sci-fi shop in Florida. And I might laugh at it. You see, the transmission becomes, our transmission becomes an anecdote in the end. But I get to get these spoilers and they're damaging. I'm told the entire plot of The Giggle and Church on Ruby Road were available online. Were they? Well, look, here's the thing. I don't remember that. Entire plot, I mean, we kind of guessed everything from the trailer. Like By Generation leaked somewhat, but nobody believed it because it was too stupid. Right? Nobody really cared, though. That's the point. Russell, where you are right now is apathy. Right? You had a really poor run of Doctor Who with Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall, right? And I get he's your friend, right? A very, very weak, poor run of Doctor Who. And where there's a lot of apathy. Then we heard you're coming back. And everybody's excited. Then we saw the work you did was mediocre. And screaming about trans issues, which are now, the world has changed. The spell has been broken, right? The idea that it's harmless to transition children, even socially, is a nonsense. I honestly, I think you're right. I think Starby should be banned in England, right? Or I think it should be banned in any decent country, right? Because it's promoting a dangerous ideology which has no background, no proof to it whatsoever, right? And there's nobody really cared. By the time we got to Church and Ruby, most people weren't watching. You already scared everybody off with your Mavity bullshit with your black Isaac Newton, right? I'm sorry you live in this rarefied bubble, imbecile that you are, right? And you live in this rarefied bubble of like just sheer stupidity, right? It's just absolutely bizarre. All right, it's bizarre how nutball you guys are, right? There's been so many more. There's no. I mean, 1 second. There's just been all these like. I don't know. It just never stops, right? It never stops. But there you go. If you're that online, you always will be. And in fact, that's part of the joy too. You like it. You love it. So run the season. The hours after midnight will be your ultimate playground. Okay. I can only hope that your happiness doesn't dent somebody else's like yours. Right. Let's sweep off let's sweep that with the desk. And the most important thing is new Doctor Who. I'm just not excited about it. I really am. I'm really not. I'm really genuinely not excited by it, right? And not just the specials this time, but an actual season, a great proper season. It's 8 episodes, and the first time since 2021, and that was shit. Again, Russell. Nobody liked the Jodie Whittaker stuff, and you're basing everything on the Jodie Whittaker stuff, right? Nobody liked it at all. So. And you viewers, hopefully, dream on, darling, dream on. Yeah, you're going to spin the bullshit of, we've got 5 million, and it's all bullshit, right? The live numbers are like, 300,000, right? And then then we just picked up another 4 million viewers. Bullshit. And you'll roll out of it in the middle of 2 episodes in the middle of Eurovision. Dumb. It's all dumb. So new Doctor Who, hopefully, and new viewers, hopefully for some people this will be their very first copy of DWM. And I apologize, I've written about 1983 and VHS in Brazil. Ignore me, because crucial point is this season is new. The Doctor and Ruby are new. But this is the best thing it's got going for it, by the way. And the monster story and villains are all new. Okay, but are they going to be shit? Because they look pretty shit. You can start being a first-time viewer. You don't have to worry about all those years of backstory. Truth is, there isn't one. Okay, I think that's actually quite the way they should be doing it. He's a man and time machine, and she's his best mate, and that's all there is to it. I have if you have questions, don't worry. Ruby asks them. The show works like an anthology series every week. New time and place, deep in history or in the future, far-flung alien worlds. Or thrillers on Monday. We got all of them. We got them all. Lots of freestanding episodes. Although pay attention because there are little hints and hooks here. Yeah, I know you think you're being coy, and you're not, right? Where is it? There was a sketch where Ed Begley Jr. played the Invisible Man, but he wasn't invisible. Everybody just pretended he was. Ed Begley Jr. Invisible Man sketch. And that's what this is like. The Invisible Man sketch, maybe? Oh, man. I thought it was weird. It just didn't come up at all. So anyway, it's a sketch where... let me see if I just say Invisible Man sketch. Comedy sketch, maybe. But like it was essentially he was running around the pub and he was completely naked, and everybody acted like they couldn't see him. Right? He was just like, yeah, we just ignore him now. Right? Same thing here. Look, Russell, the Emperor's got no clothes on. Right? That's just, the Emperor's got no clothes. Lots of little hooks, which build up to a season finale. Yes, old faithfuls, create new viewers. Not with this shit, no. And you sound desperate. Have a screening party, invite people, someone new. No, you sound desperate. If someone says, I don't know where to start, tell them right here, right now. No, I'll tell them with the 11th hour. If I've worried about transmission, it's because I want you to have the best possible front row seat. No, you fucked it up then. As we introduce, ladies and gentlemen, and the others. Shooting up with Millie Gibson, the Dr. Ruby Sunday. I adore the team more than I can say, and I'm so excited to unleash them onto the world. At this stage, I must have at least seen about 25 seen the episode 25, 30 times, and yet I see new things. And the Dazzle. Okay, fuck off. What a brilliant, what an honor to watch these brilliant two seize these scripts and make them spin and sizzle and soar. I believe Millie does. I'm not sure about him. I swear that those two will make you hoot and gasp and yell and weep, and then we'll fire the good looking white straight one and hoot all over again. And I've loved Doctor Who all my life, and now it's a sort of like more. Instead of loving Doctor Who, now it's more of a sweaty bodily fluid love, right? And from now on, in a brand new form, it's all about light up the sky. So whatever, this is going to crash and burn, mate. I'm sorry, this is going to crash and burn. You've really fucked this one up. I mean, I like you. It might be successful, but I think you fucked this one up royally. I really do. So the time you're watching, buckle in and settle down, because here it comes, the ride of a lifetime. Hold on tight. Yeah, it doesn't work anymore. Russell, it just does not work anymore. Right? I'm sorry, it just don't. Right? It just don't. What did work though? Let's go and look at this. Do the big finish. I want to get this Tarrant box set. Oh, they got. We'll listen to this on Saturday. There's a trailer out for the Ninth Doctor set with River Song. But this has been excellent. Okay, this series has been absolutely excellent. There are 4 stories in it. Basically, all of them are a recommend, right? And this one ties them all up into one continuity. I like very much Jonathan Carley's War Doctor. Him playing the War Doctor, that's why I bought this range, right? That's exactly why I bought this range, because I liked his performance a lot. I felt sad that I thought they cancelled his range, but now they rebooted it somewhat, brought it to the next phase. So this whole series has been Sontarans versus Routons, right? Surprisingly enough, what it says on the tin, and what you have are 4 very good Sontaran versus Rutan stories, right? Sometimes they're more Rutan heavy, sometimes they're more Sontaran heavy. We have 4 great stories with interesting TARDIS crews. You have the first one is, who's in the first one again? Hang on. Special releases. Where is it? Was it? Oh yeah, was it Paul McGann and Charlie? The first one was. We'll just go back this way. 1 second. We'll go Born to Die. Yeah, that's 6th Doctor and Charlie, I think, which is an interesting combination. We haven't seen them for a while, which they're actually quite good listening to them. I really like this one with the 3rd Doctor, Brigadier, and Sarah Jane. None of the original people in it, right? Jim Trelaw, Sadie Miller, and John Coleshaw. Again, fantastic. This one really worked. And the first one, Battle of the Giant's Causeway, Paul McGann, Charlie, and Careers. So you had like 3 very unusual TARDIS crews, like TARDIS crews that you've kind of forgotten about. Now, going the wrong way. Hang on. We'll go forward then. During the future. So, I should say the first one had elements about the you had this kind of cool idea of Sontarans who didn't realize they're Sontarans. They were actually they thought they were Romans, and it ties into the Giant's Causeway, these stepstone things that's on the Irish coast or something. I don't know. It was a reasonably entertaining Sontaran tale, right? It's what it says on the box. And Paul McGann was a bit delighted. It was fun to hear this TARDIS team again as well. This one was a much more Rutan-centric story about Rutons being blobby and shape changery. Worked very well with Tim Trelaw as the Doctor, and you got that like nice 1970s espionage thing going on. This one, I think it was one of the weaker ones of the set, but it was still quite good. You had like these genetically created Sontarans who might actually be Rutons instead. Very similar, actually, to how they did the what's it called? The shape changes, the Dominion, right? The changelings in the Picard season 3, right? That they were able to lock in the, like they altered their change. They were able to change their internal organs, right, and hold that form. So this is the final one, which wraps everything up. It's written by John Dorney. John Dorney is probably one of the best script writers. This is why I hate wokeness, right? I absolutely hate wokeness. I see there's a black woman on the cover. I'm like, oh god, she's going to be awful. She was awesome, right? Bring her back for more with Jonathan Carr's Doctor. I really like that character. Who did she play again? Blackzill, right? So she's like, a Time War stiff. You got Christopher Ryan and Dan Starkey as Sontarans in it, and they're always fun. So this ties up. This calls back to mysteries in the other 3 box sets. No, so the other 3 episodes, and ties them together. So you do have a little bit of feeling like they're putting together a laundry list of elements very quickly, right? So there is that feeling a little bit, but otherwise, it's still a good, strong, entertaining story. So let's see what their blurb is. In the depth of the Time War, a ruse on attack on the Time Lord City leads to the Galahrians declaring a vicious reprisal. So this feels very similar to the Gaza War, right? And this was very, very protected. When they shoot, then they record this, right? They normally say over here. 1 disc. They don't say. Backstage. No. Because this really feels very much like has a lot of parallels to modern day war, and I think not in a preachy way, right? It's just talking about the line politics of war, right? Which there is a lot of. So you have as a ruse and attack on the Sontarans, making the Time Lords declare war on the Rutan host, but the War Doctor thinks something that doesn't add up, and he goes to investigate, and he thinks it might be a setup by the Sontarans. And while investigating that, you have to unpick again mysteries throughout the rest of the other 3 episodes. But again, it's really good. War. I think modern war type stuff. So you have like battle scenes going on. You have espionage going on. I love this new Time Lord character. Right. Again, I feel like I'm so sick of the wokeness because again, when I see somebody who is a non-white male, I go, "Oh, that person got the job." Because they're a non-white male, right? She really brings it, right? I really like that character, very appearance. She would be a good replacement for, and this is a big compliment. Who was the overseer in the John Hurt ones they did before Jonathan Carey? Elistra, played by Serverland, Jacqueline Pierce, right? She would be a perfect replacement for Jacqueline Pierce. She's got that nice imperious tone of her voice going. She brings it, right? She brings it. So I'm really happy about that. And again, it's the War Doctor being the War Doctor investigating stuff. It's an era I'm interested to hear more from. But I would definitely say this is a strong recommend, this series. This is one of the best things Big Finish put out in a long time. Right, in a long, long time, which kind of sad, really. Like I thought the Dark Gallifrey thing would be good. The first one wasn't bad. It wasn't good enough, right? It wasn't good enough, sadly. What else is coming out? Because this month's nearly over. So out this stuff. Like I wouldn't bother with the Dream Team. I haven't heard any reviews or buzz about it. Nobody talking about it. So this was good. I don't really care about Paternoster Gang. Star Cops, I just kind of heard enough Star Cops now for my life. What's going on next month? So you got the 8th Doctor Adventures coming back. I'm sorry, this TARDIS team has just been tainted beyond belief. There's no way of saving it, right? Now it was all about chicks with dicks, right? They've just been tainted beyond belief. Nice Yanto cover there, I guess, for people to whack off to. Nice Doctor and Rivers song. I don't really care. Missy Bannons, don't really care. Nice Divas cover there for Star Cops. Just every time I look at these covers, I go, how the fuck? How the fuck could anybody think this is a good idea? It is beyond me, right? I just like, every time I think, oh, maybe I'm being cruel. Then I look at the cover and go, no, I'm not. Last Day Part 2, no, go away. This tarot thing looks very good, though. I am up for that box set. Generally speaking, I kind of like their Blake 7 stuff, post Blake 7, right? And then, second Doctor Adventures coming out in July. Oh, this is a must get. This is, what's his name? Although they don't say the actor. It's normally Michael Troughton. But it's weird they don't say it here. Maybe it's Michael. I hope it's still Michael Troughton. That's the graphic they were using. Dark Gallifrey, War Master. I don't think you get me in. Right? On the strength of the first one, I don't think you get me in, frankly. Yeah. Goth Opera I'm up for. That looks like it'll be good. But yeah, I don't know. War Doctor Riser's also I'm up for. That's gonna be good. Again, I told you I like Jonathan Carey. I think his Doctor's very good. Fine. Man, there's so much stuff I didn't get to, right? So much stuff I didn't get to. What can you do? We will definitely... Doctor Who is a gay sauna now. Yes! Doctor Who is a gay sauna now. Who said that? That's really funny. Matthew Burrows, right? The letter from Russell is dragging. Yes, it is. Man, it's all dragging. It's not going to work, right? I'm bored with the BS from Russell Davis, says Michael Q. We all are, mate. We all are. Fine, Mark the Vicar. Mark the Vicar is here. I'm going to head off everybody. There's somebody else didn't say it. Paul Tozen is here as an X-Men 577, dreading New Zealand Doctor Who. He has a woke mind virus. Yes, he does. Yes, he does indeed. Right, so I'll see you again on Saturday night for more cyber filth from the Rabbi. Jessica Rabbit is probably the way to go. Thank you to whoever told me that. I think it's Soldier Engines. Yes, we will be working on Jessica Rabbit. Fine, with that, ladies and gentlemen, going to hit the Emperor card button.